Now, UPSC in 2022 have asked question for 20 marks, critically analyze Talcott Parsons social system theory. So let's have a discussion on it. Hello friends, today we are going to have a talk on Talcott Parsons social system theory. Now, UPSC in 2022 have asked question for 20 marks, critically analyze Talcott Parsons social system theory. So let's have a discussion on it. Now, Talcott Parsons is integrating Emile Durkheim's social system, that is structural functionalism components, as well as Max Weber social action theory to explain how society maintains its equilibrium. In other words, it is telling us that how it is actually really very important to have positivism approach and also anti-positivism approach to understand society in a holistic manner. As we know that Emile Durkheim argues that society is just like an organism which has different parts and all the parts works together to contribute in maintaining social orders of our society. Whereas Max Weber arguing that what is more important to understand society, it is to know the motives behind social actions. In short, Max Weber is arguing to consider social action, to know what is going on in actor's mind, to see the larger or macro settings of society. Now, Talcott Parsons, as I have said, have combined the theories of Weber and Durkheim, and then he have produced a very important theory, that is social system theory. Now, Talcott Parsons is arguing that it is highly imperative to know how system works or functions in order to maintain stability. Also, Talcott Parsons have argued that we can consider social actions of every institution differently by considering it as subsystems. You can understand it in this manner that Weber is saying that social actions has highly crucial role in creating any system, and Weber is interactionist who is telling us that how we can have subjective understanding to know even abstract concepts. Now, Emile Durkheim have given lot of importance to society and its social institutions. So for Durkheim, it means that individual has no role but to follow the instructions or the norms which is being given to us by society. Talcott Parsons is simply saying that let's have understanding of these social institutions as independently. Now, social institutions such as economics, politics, culture, religion, Talcott Parsons is saying that we do have to analyze them as self-independent systems. And then we can see how actions and how this particular subsystems works or functions to maintain its stability. So this is a larger crux of social system theory given to us by Talcott Parsons. Let's have a detailed discussion over it. So, what we have to understand, Parsons regarded all social units. Okay, so what is social units? It's basically social institutions. So you can consider groups or institutions or entire society as self-contained social systems or social action system. This is the first fundamental point. Afterwards, you need to see that how each unit can be studied and analyzed independently. And what has to be our focus? Our focus has to be on the dynamics of functions within its internal structure. For example, if I have to understand politics, I do have to consider politics as independent institution or subsystem, and then I will try to understand its internal structures and its functions, and also how it is maintaining its equilibrium. Then another important point which you have to see, that definitely Parsons is also considered as structural functionalism like Emile Durkheim, because Parsons have also this viewpoint that society works together in order to maintain its stability. So we have interconnected parts, and he has focused more as compared to Durkheim that how actually system works. Okay, so he is also structural functionalist. Now, because he is structural functionalist, he is analyzing the structures of social systems and its subsystems, like social institutions and structures. Fine. And what is the main concern here? What is the main concern of Talcott Parsons? So the main concern is that how system is maintaining social order, so system equilibrium and the functioning of society. So every component, every subsystem has a huge role in maintaining stability of a system. Now you can see with this example. Businesses pay taxes to the government. Government uses taxes to fund school system. Now school educate people who can get jobs. Now jobs allow people to spend money at local business. So this is a perfect example where we can see how interconnections works. Every institution has its role. So if we try to understand your economic sectors, that is business. Now when we are doing business, definitely we have to pay the taxes. And then how government is utilizing it for the welfare of society, that we all know. So now it is creating a system. And what are we doing? We are focusing on internal structures of that system. Okay, so this is the second fundamental point. Now, we will see that what are the major 4 primary subsystems in which we do have to analyze its actions. Okay, so one is economy, politics, culture, law. Okay, so these are important subsystems, primary subsystems in which we are going to analyze how action works. Now, this is a very important model, AGIL model. Okay, so you will see AGIL. So every system works on this. So each subsystem serves specific function. So what is that specific function? So we do know the very first functions according to Talcott Parsons is adaptation. So every subsystem adapts itself to the environment. Okay, so the kind of economical system which we see today, it was not at all similar in the 18th or 19th century. So the economic system is adapting. So as other institutions. So this is what we have to say. Then another point is goal attainment. Every system is there to fulfill some needs. So humans, if they have created religion, so religion has its function. Okay, so what is the functions of the religion? To maintain peace, to give us some sort of connection to the supernatural power, so that if we are in a stress, we can feel relieved. Okay, because humans are always curious, we are always inquisitive. We want to know who has established what. Even today, we know that science is the reason behind all the happenings around us in the physical surroundings. But still, we know that how religion is an institution which has a massive impact on us. So religion has a specific function in our society. So religion is the subsystem which has its goals. So goal attainment is that something which we have to understand according to Talcott Parsons. So even religion today is adapting itself. Today, you know that in secular time, we are not, more or less we can say that now we do have some rationalization that instead of having religious fundamentalism or having wars with each other, we can have religious pluralism. It is all about faith. So my faith, your faith, everyone else's faith with respect to God can exist co-together. Okay, so can exist together. So this is what we can say, that religion has some goal and it is going to work to achieve it. Then we have an integration. So it will integrate itself to the societal community, and pattern maintenance or intergenerational transmission of shared values. So this is highly really important to understand social system theory. So this is our core functions of social system: adaptation, goal attainment, integration, latency. So let's just see how Parsons has outlined this. Adaptation. For instance, meeting the economic production needs and adapting to the environment. Goal attainment. Achieving societal goals, especially in the political system. So we do have a political system which tells that how we have to behave, which particular laws we have to maintain and follow. Just imagine if we do not have political system, how we can work as a system, how there will be a stability. For instance, you know that nobody wants to share their money. If I am earning money, I would say that I don't have to share to anyone. This is a basic nature of human. But now, since I'm a citizen of a country, of any country, like I'm a citizen of India. So if I am saying that I'm a citizen of India and I'm enjoying and having a lot of privileges, I have to adhere the laws which are governed by nation. So with my earning amount, I have to pay certain part in the form of taxes to the nation, so that they can help to others or to sustain state system. So this is what we will say. So goal attainment, then integration. Now we will have collective norms. So this collective norms will maintain societal order through legal systems. So just now I've given an example of taxes. Okay, so it's a societal norms. Then latency or pattern maintenance. Transmitting shared values through socialization, ensuring that societal norms regulate individual behavior effectively. So we all work from the beginning, and specifically during our socialization period, we have to maintain this particular rules and regulations of our society from the beginning. It is there instilled in our mind from the beginning. So this is how pattern is maintaining itself. So these are the important core functions of social system. So let's just say function. adaptation, subsystem is economy, medium of exchange is money, goal attainment, quality and the power, integration community, and it has the influences, cultural institutions, value, commitment. So these are some of the important points of social system theory. Okay, and I would say that this is more or less enough for us today to understand social system theory. But then we also have to know that, okay, we have got the conceptual clarity that, okay, this is what social system is. We have how we have to introduce our answers. So, for example, UPSC did ask question, as I have said in the beginning, for 20 marks, critically analyze social system theory. So, how do we have to structure? So, in that, I would just going to show you some more important points. How you are supposed to write your answers. I would suggest that, so after, what is really very important after understanding any concept, you should know how you can structure in your answer, which can fetch you good marks. So first of all, we can just simply introduce Talcott Parsons, how he was an influential American sociologist, and he had got a lot of influences of Weber and Durkheim. So this point, so I would just write this two important fundamental points in my introduction. So in my introduction, American sociologist, and he has got influenced by two these thinkers. Okay, so I would say that how he has taken Weber and Durkheim point, and then I can just simply refer to some other points, and then strictly I will define what he has defined with respect to social system. Okay, I can also write this point that sociological theory, often labeled structural functionalism or normative functionalism, was commonly seen as a product of modern American society, where structural social conflicts had been largely eliminated. And so these are some of the other important points which I can just write in my introduction. How he has given importance to structural functionalism and what he was saying. So there is a number of criticism level against Parsons that I can skip right now, but I would just simply talk about system theory. So this is a social action which I will not talk about first of all, because if a question is talking about social system, because the question was direct. So how I will start my answer? So first two lines I have written. Now I would say, in his structure of social actions, Parsons focused on unit act, but in the social system, he emphasized shifted from unit act to institutional orders, and the system was the primary unit of analysis. So this is one work which I will start with. Okay. So Parsons takes social actions as the building block of the system. He prefers the term action to behavior because he is interested not in the physical events of behavior for their own sake, but in their pattern. Okay, so after explaining all this point, I'm going to see that Parsons' sociological theories are largely based upon his conception of social action. Parsons has also given three configuration or systems of social actions. Okay, so this is how the blend of two grand theories. Then I would explain social actions according to him are guided by the following systems: personality systems, cultural systems, and social system. and then I will just write something that what is the meaning of the system for him. So Parsons has discussed the personality, cultural and the social system in his treatise, The Social System, and then he is explaining it. So a system is any collection of interrelated parts, objects, things or organisms. Okay, so this is what we will see. Then I will explain personality system, okay, and then the cultural system and the social system. Okay, so our social theory, which treats social relations, groups or societies as a set of interrelated parts which functions to maintain some boundary or unity of the part, is based explicitly or implicitly on the concept of social system. So this is just a rough idea which I have given. So I was also going to explain that how social system is working. So cultural system is there, you have your social system. So these are personality system, and this is actually working in a, then we have to understand the social action. Then also I will talk about pattern variables. Okay, I will talk about AGIL. So these are some of the important points in having discussions with respect to social system. I hope you people like my lecture. Thank you so very much.